Hey guys, how's it going? You doing good? 'Cause I sure as hell am!
Today's the day! March of the Magical Girls begins!
And like I said, we're gonna start this off on my favorite anime, Kill la Kill! Dude, I finally get to talk fully about this! Oh, it's gonna be awesome!
Oh, this is the excited Riley! It's been a while since we've seen that.
Damn right I'm excited! So let's get the show on the road!
So impatient. You might want to tell them what exactly the topic is, though.
The topic?
Riley, did you get so excited you forgot to pick a topic?
No!
Such a bad liar.
Shut up! Well...
Not to worry, I can help.
For real?
Easy peasy. I've got an idea. All you have to do is call me Onee-chan.
Not a chance in hell, demon.
How mean. Okay, I get it. Well, this is March of the Magical Girls, so let's run with that.
Oh, okay. I think I get it. All right, yeah, we'll go with that route. Sounds cool.
Great, then let's go.
Right, hope you guys are ready to tune in.
She's Riley.
She's Rila.
And you're watching Bullet-toon.
Alright, this being a month all about magical girls, it only makes sense that we open up on this one. So, if you'd be so kind, here's my thesis. Kill la Kill is a magical girl anime. Fight me!
Channeling your inner Bakugo, sis.
Look, there's a ton of just stupidly obvious stuff. The transformations being the easiest one.
Though, to be fair, that's also a pretty big feature in most battle shonen.
Oi, zip it.
Zipping!
So in case it wasn't obvious, my sister is the magical girl specialist, not me. It's never really been my thing. Even the more actiony ones just didn't really grab me.
Sadly, I failed to convert her.
I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason. And that's despite me liking a lot of the shows in concept and wanting to enjoy them more. Then a little studio came along with their vision and it scratched that itch right away.
She was hooked from the first episode.
Which she said! It was never officially recognized as a magical girl show, and it technically doesn't really fit the billing, but hell if I care! Cutie Honey doesn't technically count either, and it's seen by some as the grandmother of the modern magical girl genre.
She's right. Sorta. Video for another time.
The point is, screw it! Kill la Kill's a magical girl anime! Let's go!
She gets like this when she's excited.
Hey, I'm serious here! It has a ton of stuff going for it that just fits pretty well with a ton of the typical tropes and conventions used by the genre. The transformations, the whole dark reflection thing, the existential and identity struggles, it's all there! Hell, I'd argue it's not just all there, but it's also a lot deeper than a ton of actual magical girl anime.
So, can I have your room?
What? Why?
For when the internet crucifies you, of course.
Let 'em try.
Scary.
So, let's just knock out the most idiot obvious part first. All those awesome transformations are a dead giveaway.
Though we did say that they're a pretty big thing with shonen battle anime too.
Yeah, but let's compare the life fiber transformations to, for example, Kaioken or Super Saiyan. Those don't get these flashy, lengthy transformation sequences.
Oh, they even lampshade it in Dragon Ball Super.
It's, that it does. Those lengthy transformation sequences are pretty much exclusive to magical girls, tokusatsu, and giant robots.
But Trigger does love giant robots in tokusatsu shows. Couldn't they be references to that?
Doubtful. First of all, giant robots are shockingly absent from Kill la Kill. And Sentai, well, those usually involve more clothing, not less. Like, to the point where the person in the costume could be anyone. The get-ups in Kill la Kill, they definitely don't leave much to the imagination.
Very true. Wait, but wouldn't that normally bug you?
Typically, but for this show, I don't care in the slightest.
How confident. Oh, there's also the point of the transformations.
Huh?
Well, it's a lot more shonen-y. It's basically treated like an awakening of emotion, right? The final fight even pretty blatantly makes it Super Saiyan, so...
That's a misdirect.
Eh?
Okay, so technically the sinister reflection exists in way more than magical girl shows. Usually in a shonen, it's a straight-up rival. In the case of a magical girl anime, though, it pretty much always comes in the form of the dark magical girl.
Ooh, that's a favorite of mine! A dark mirror image of the protagonist who represents the exact opposite of everything they are.
Yeah, usually the magical girls stand for virtue, kindness, love, and the power of friendship or whatever.
Right! That's why the dark magical girl is usually all about the power of the individual, and
power through absolute authority.
Huh?
Enter Kiryuin Satsuki. Think about it. Sure, Ryuko overcomes her struggles mostly through the power of friendship and the bond she forms with Senketsu, as well as a lot of self-discovery and acceptance. But Satsuki doesn't even have her transformation at the start. The power she has? Purely based on the overwhelming force of her personality and strength of her individual character, which gives her the influence to command others rather than blindly follow others for approval. In other words, good old social Darwinism.
Whoa, you're right!
See? It's a totally epic take on that whole concept! It takes it in the complete opposite direction, and it honestly just fits Ryuko better than the traditional version. Ryuko's already a loner, and she's a pretty brash and chaotic person. She's a delinquent, full stop. The opposite of that, then, has to be someone whose power comes from authority and control. She even masters her Kamui uniform through sheer force of will. That is how immensely overpowering Satsuki's personality is.
And it's also her fatal flaw in a way. She even admits it. Her methods are too extreme.
Yep, it basically made her into the very thing she'd been working to defeat the entire time, a despot. It's really well done. Put simply, it sort of reverses the concept, because Ryuko tries to do everything herself. Satsuki uses others to her own ends, but the key word is uses. She doesn't rely on anyone. To her, strength is key, and she makes that very clear.
黙って見ていろ円弱伊豆君と広告の志は知らんや貴様が何をやろうとそれは精進の浅知恵だこの君にサツキに先を行く者がいるなど断じてありえんかむいたてたかが吹くこの私が屈服させてみせる
God, her character's great! Now, here's where things get hazy. Kill la Kill is a show about a lot of things. Female empowerment, body positivity, the role of authority in society, but there's a particularly big one in there that I think gets overlooked, probably because it's just stupidly obvious.
Oh, I bet I know. It's that it's a coming-of-age story, right?
Huh, well, yeah.
Yay! I figured that's where you were going. That's kind of the biggest thing with magical girls. Traditionally, that is.
Right. See, when it comes to the traditional magical girl, a la Sailor Moon, the entire premise actually has a pretty simple root. See, the magical girl transformations are basically meant to be loose representations of girls ascending to womanhood.
And the enemies they fought were supposed to represent the trials of growing up.
Kill la Kill is exactly no different.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, at least pretend to be on the same page. Look, I know it might seem like a stretch, but the whole point of the Kill la Kill transformations does connect pretty closely. It's just a bit more bold in its messaging. The Kamui are super revealing, because the transformations are about being comfortable in your own skin, both figuratively and literally.
Ooh!
Oi!
You said pretend.
On the more obvious level, the transformations are more than just fan service. They actually have a point. I mean, if that were the case, let's be honest, they could easily have gone farther. Kill la Kill is tame compared to some of the stuff a lot of people working on it have done.
Oh, true. A lot of Studio Trigger came from Gainax. Ah, whoops! I completely forgot about that.
Fact is, the revealing nature of the costumes is meant to get across the point that part of growing up is learning to be comfortable in and with your body, and not to be ashamed of it.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty well thought out. Then I guess I know what the more figurative point was. It's also about being comfortable with who you are. That'd make a lot of sense. Ryuko does have to deal with a lot of tough bombshells about herself pretty late into the show.
Hell, she deals with not just one, but two really big existential crises before the show ends. But she finds her true power in learning to be okay with who she is, bearing all of herself to the world, both emotionally and, yes, physically.
I can see that. I also think the ending was pretty poignant.
Word of the day calendar, I take it?
So mean. Also, maybe. But I'm being 100% serious. It's sad seeing Senketsu burn up, but he does say something that sticks pretty well. All girls eventually outgrow their sailor uniforms. If you know anything about Japan, you know that's kind of the default school uniform, at least in anime.
Yeah, man! Oh, that part gets me every time, right in the feels!
Aw, cute.
But you're right, it symbolizes her growth, her graduation, not just from high school, but her graduation to womanhood. And that's a huge connection between Kill la Kill and the magical girl genre.
But I still don't understand that Super Saiyan part.
Oh, that. Yeah, that would be your typical magical girl power of friendship stuff. I mean, it makes a bit more sense considering Ryuko was literally absorbing the power of all the Goku uniforms to achieve that power. But even so, it still wouldn't have been possible if Ryuko hadn't actually grown to the extent that she did. Able to control her anger, accept herself, and let others help her instead of trying to do everything herself. All part of growing up. And there you have it! Some of the awesome comparisons between Kill la Kill and Magical Girl anime. And if you don't think so, well, let's go! I'll take you on right here!
I should probably stop this before she hurts someone, but I value my own life too much.
Let's get this straight. Kill la Kill is basically a magical girl show with shonen blood pumping in its veins. It's not the first by a long shot, but it's easily the most effective for me personally. But dude, that is just the beginning. I could talk about this for just hours and hours and hours. I love it, man. I love it so much.
She's not kidding. When she first watched it, she wouldn't stop talking about it for a week.
It was not a week.
Oh, sorry. It was exactly 9 days, 7 hours, 24 minutes, and 32 seconds.
What the hell?
I found something to do while I was bored.
You want to go, Minnie Mouse?
Ooh, I haven't heard that one in a while.
But seriously, what should I talk about next? So many options, man. I could do a deep dive on Satsuki. Well, that'd be fun. Or maybe something about the show's perspective on sexuality. Oh, the Elite Four! That'd be awesome to talk about!
As fun as that all sounds, maybe focus a bit more on finishing this month first. Still a bunch of anime to cover.
Fine. So, I'm not gonna ask if you guys think Kill la Kill is a magical girl anime or not because the answer's obviously yes and there can clearly be no arguments to the contrary.
I don't think that's how it works.
So, instead, I'll just ask what your favorite transformation in Kill la Kill was. Even ones that aren't Ryuko's or Satsuki's. Let us know down below. Give that like button a zap while you're down there.
Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you know when our videos go live.
This has been Bullet-Toon.
I'm Rila, signing off.
I'm Riley, bowing out.
Thanks so much for watching.
Keep up the awesome and stay tuned!